Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. Thank you. Now enjoy the show. Thank you for tuning in to another episode of RAERAEs Review. Woo! We're going to be talking about BELLE Collective Season 5 Reunion Parts 1 and 2, the whole shaboing boing. Baby. It's going to be a little lengthy, y'all. It ain't going to be all night or all day, depending on what time what day of the day. Look, what day of the day. What time of the day that you watch. Semicolon, however, comma. I got a lot to say. And I got a few audio visuals for you to look at. Of course, we're going to look at the looks, baby. The looks. We always look at the reunion looks. Now, I have a complaint. Manager. Where's the manager? Whoever's in charge, authoritarian, the looks. Why ain't we have, I'm going to say it just like I want to say it. Why ain't we have any real pictures of their reunion looks? Just a couple of these doggone bells on their Instagram pages showing off what they look like. Just two, maybe three. Not even a spread of them on any website. I mean, as beautiful as they look, as stuffed as a couple of them look, it is what it is, y'all. Y'all know the stuffed ones. Y'all know who they was, stuffed all up in their clothes. I only saw two, maybe three. Actually, it was two Instagram pages and three, and another belle was just there in her picture. I'm like, only Marie and Sophia is given. Why ain't they on that? I would have imagined all of the bells having their Instagram flooded out with their reunion looks. Why ain't we seeing any reunion look? Not even on OWN's page could we wait till you see what I had to do. And this is similar to last year, and that's my doggone complaint. Excuse me, manager, I have a complaint. Just like last year, we had the same problem. We had to pick and snap and choose pictures from the show. So the photos that I got, the shot that I got is actually from the actual show itself, not from any outside website. Again, like I said, not even their own, pages on their own social media sites, just a couple of girls. And I'm like, this is not good. Is this on purpose? Like, did they not think they were worthy of putting their looks out themselves? I would have imagined, again, that it would have been on. If I'm on a TV show and I'm at the reunion is where you're supposed to let them hoes know what's really going on, and you're supposed to step out in your finest, as if you're going to prom for the first time at 16 with somebody who's in the 12th grade. You know how we did, because I was one of them. Yes. When you was an undergrad, you going to prom with the senior, and you on the spotlight. Just saying. Like, where was all the pomp and circumstance? But it was only with a couple of them, y'all. So we're just gonna get right into it. Now, this is the cover photo, right? So in the order as they came in on the show, we got Latrice. You see her on the right, immediate right of Carlos in this picture, right? So then we got, now, when I say stuffed, That's what I mean. And again, I'm taking girl, girl, girl. And like, listen, these are the best pictures I got, and I ain't being funny. This is just, what I'm showing y'all what the dresses look like. It's a very pretty dress. It's just that she looks stuffed in it. And when you are shaped like that, I think we need not to be, body kind. That's what I'm trying to say. Should nobody, and I don't care. Listen, I'm not fat shaming at all. I'm a big girl too, but I'm not shaped like that. I mean, I can wear body kind and look good. I'm just saying. But all I'm got to say is I'm on the bigger side, but this right here, boo boo, we don't do body con when you're morbidly obese. That's all I gotta say. That's all I'm gonna say. It's at a certain point that we need to dress so that we look better than and not stuffed. Because it's not attractive when we look stuffed. And when you sitting there looking like you stuffed. Again, she could have wore something that was more complimentary to her shape, but it's not like she's ugly. And no way, shape, or form is anybody unattractive. It's just the clothes we have to wear that complements our body shape. That's it. That's it. I mean, in certain shots, it don't look bad. Like this one. Again, y'all, I had to pick and choose the best shots I can get while the show was going on, and that's just what it is. So, it's cute. Like I said, ain't bad looking. The face card never declines. Just saying. But yeah, that's what it looked like. It's a pretty dress. Now, this is another issue I have. We got to get dressed. Why are we showing them coming from behind the scenes? We seeing wires, tape, walls, all people. It just looked real tacky, and it happened last year. It happens almost every year, if I'm not mistaken. And I really want the production of it all to look better than. We should not see all of that of what we're looking at right now. And we should just see the output, the beautification of the reunion. I don't like watching them come from behind the scenes and we see the craft table. Child, this is Latrice, if you can't recognize it. As you see, it's a beautiful dress. The girl is beautiful, and she do look a little uncomfortable because it looked like it's binding her because her breast is coming up to her chin. But as you see here on the far right, that's her. And this is the same dress. Beautiful, really pretty. Pictures on the wall, fire extinguishers and stuff. Just tacky. That's just real tacky. Showing if we're gonna show them coming from behind, at least have something more complimentary for us to look at. We're not looking at the fire extinguisher, the craft table, people eating on plates while they walk in the background. It's not cute. So this is Sophia, really pretty. That's how the back is supposed to close. I'm just saying, vastly different from that back, ain't it? That's because the dress didn't fit. It's what it looked like. The dress did not fit. Very different from this. You know what I'm saying? That's how the back of the dress is supposed to close. Because the dress fit. And here's the top part, really pretty. I like their hair. All the ladies look beautiful. Every last one of them. And again, you see how somebody don't look stuffed. They have to sit back and lean back. The other one is sitting up, and just really comfortable with herself, moving around a lot and able to cross her legs and everything. I'm just saying, this is the vast difference from comfortable. And I believe Laetitia was uncomfortable in that dress. I believe that there was no wiggle room because, girl, just saying. Now, this photo was a photo from her Instagram. Sophia's Instagram. As you can see, Sophia, whatever her, so Gucci, whatever, for real. And this is her homegirl in her photo on her IG page. Girl, why can't we have something like this for everybody? The only other person that has something on their IG page was Marie. Nobody else, child. I don't know why. Anywho, next we got Cliff's ex. The best thing about this whole get up was her hair, and that wasn't even 100%. And this is not because she's not one of my favorites. As you can tell, everybody is getting a piece. And this is the back of it. It was not giving. Now she's a voluptuous woman, and hell, she could have worn Letitia's dress, and Laetitia should have worn this. But it was not flattering to her voluptuous body, is all I'm trying to say, at all. And as you can see, this is Aikisha. Come from behind, you see an open door with somebody's dressing room or something. Just real tacky. Kingdom Reign Productions. Come on now, Carlos. And it's another dress that fits. It's closing in the back. Laetitia, take note. I didn't like her hair. I thought it was too much hair, first of all, and it was too bright for her. Her hair matched her skin tone. Well, it was just too bright. Aikisha looks. I don't want to say looks better, but her hair was too bright for her skin tone. She probably should have had a honey blonde. The kind of color I'll be wearing. But this wasn't a 613. It was like a brownish. It wasn't honey blonde. It was 3 shades lighter than honey blonde. That's what I'm trying to say. It was too bright, in my opinion. Next, we have Tambra looking so ridiculous. I don't like her dresses. I don't like her style. It's just not cute. It's like, girl. It's not, as you can see on the right, standing next to Latrice. It's not cute. I don't like it. Oh, that's not cute. Again, we got Marie looking fabulous. You can see her on the far left and in the middle. She was looking. Now this is her IG page. Her and Sophia was the only two who had stuff on their IG page. So yeah, she looked cute. And again, the back of her dress is closed. Ain't nothing sticking out or puffing out. She looked great. Dr. Marie. All right, girl. And as you can see, another picture of Aikisha looking very pretty, able to cross her legs, move. She looked like now her dress was now I won't say the worst, it was the most plain and blah, blah, blah of them all. Yes, it was. That's how I see it. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. That's what it looked like. I'm just saying. That's what it looked like. So back to this reunion, child. Baby. We start with the collective correction, right? Aikisha tried to get, the staff to get together, put things on the table. It didn't really work out. Letitia tried it by insulting the intention, saying, I ain't heard from you in so long. But Aikisha's like, well, that's everybody. We don't talk like that. We don't keep it, as if we're filming. We stopped filming, so we stopped talking as much. But Letitia tried to make it seem like Aikisha is just doing that for attention on the show, trying to sully Aikisha's intention and position on the show. Letitia, we already know that you and Latrice don't want her on the show. And I really do think that a lot of what Letitia said during this reunion was calculated and manufactured and not authentic. Just saying. Aikisha came in, just pretty much letting her know that, I don't see you. It is what it is. And that's that on that. So now we got Marie talking about, how, about how hurt she was. Um, it was just, I don't know about Marie sometimes, even though, her cousins and everything didn't really have her back. Marie seemed so hard, but perhaps she's just more soft inside and she's just putting on for the cameras. Because last 3, 4 seasons that we've seen Marie, when she get huff and puff, she ready to blow the house down. But I know that's her family. She loves them and she just wants peace with them. And I can understand that. Um, I don't like the fact that her family just, and I don't like the fact that she gives in to her family, who, pretty much more so wants her for her money than her. Like she said, when she had lupus flare, ain't nobody came over to give her a drink of water. So she needs to remember that next time somebody want to ask her for money. Again, just because she's, available to do it. I mean, I know she kind of feels compelled to, but she gonna have to start saying no, especially to those who, again, wouldn't give her a glass of water when her lupus flared up. Woo, child. She said she can't tell them no, but girl, you're gonna have to, because once you start running low, they ain't gonna be able to give you nothing. They ain't gonna go out there and hustle for it. What if you in a lupus flare and you missed out on 7 figures or hell 6 figures because of your lupus flare? Is your family gonna give it to you? If they do, it's hot money. I'm just saying, she has adamantly denied no BBL. She said, of course, but lupus, if you didn't know, now you do, that it makes your body swell up. You get, edema, what they call edema, um, fluid overload to your body, and maybe localized in one area or is generalized all over. So when her body comes down from the fluid retention, you can see her more so as she is, so her face is gonna be a little different, her body's gonna look a little different, but I've never seen a booty shape like that unless it was manufactured. I ain't seen every booty in the world, but look, Ray has lived, okay? I'm an auntie. shout out, shout out to the aunties and uncles out there. So I've seen a lot of different bodies along my travels on this earth. And I've never now she has the same booty as Kenya Moore. Child, it is what hey. But when she mentioned that her face, she never got her nose done. Well, she did say she has some contouring of her face due to the lupus. Again, you should have said this at the time you were accused, child, because we've been doing this for 2, 3, maybe 4 years, talking about your body being, surgically enhanced, and it pretty much has. I understand she didn't really want to talk about, or maybe it was embarrassing, but whatever. She feels good enough about it now to actually say something. Oh Lord. So then Carlos asked who was not successful when he was mentioning people being successful. And that's when Laetitia motions to and says, well, so Sophia thinks that, Selena is not successful because, Sophia coughed when Carlos was mentioning how successful the Bells were. Now, it just may be so, because it seems like, and I'm not hating on the woman, just because she's voluptuous don't mean I'm hating because she's a bad bitch. Please, anybody that lowbrow thinking but her. Anywho, just because she is voluptuous, yeah, I'm voluptuous. Girl, boo. That's just, it is what it is, boo boo. Anywho, Sophia, choked and kind of, made a noise when Carlos mentioned how successful the Bells were. And Laetitia addressed Carlos for Sophia instigating that I'm going to say Cliff's ex for the rest of it. That was just a funny comeback at what JJ said when he mentioned his ex-wife. Instead of saying his ex-wife, he called her Cliff's ex because she was having sex with Cliff when she was married to JJ. It is a known fact. Ain't me saying nothing wrong, and it's not alleged, although allegedly speaking, of course. That's what this whole review is about. These are my words. I wasn't there. I'm just letting you know what I think. That's that on that. Anywho, so again, like I mentioned before, it appears as though Cliff's ex is the least accomplished of the group. It looks like she's starting over, and that's fine. No, I'm not hating on it, and I have a lot to say that's negative to her, but it's the truth. Sometimes the truth will appear negative because it is a negative thing that is being discussed. It just so happens sometimes the truth will hurt. But like Sophia, now I don't agree with Sophia throwing how much her shoes cost opposed to how much Cliff's ex house costs. I don't believe nobody should. I don't like when nobody does that, especially when you have an argument. Then you throw out how much money you got. That's so lowbrow and crass, and it's not cute. Sophia, I like you. You're one of my favorites. I'm glad you gone off the show because I believe all that, Carlos bringing that woman on just to aggravate you and your marriage and your household and your family dynamic is not worth it, especially for the amount of money that you're getting from the show. Now, if it was Bravo money and you getting a high six figure, maybe y'all can just agree to argue on the show, knowing that y'all getting a certain amount of money and just really be good, in real life and just maybe act a little bit. But I mean, that's what hey, listen. People have done worse on this show. But yeah, for what it's worth, I'm glad that Sophia and Aikisha left the show because it ain't worth it, especially, for what they're getting from the show versus the headache and aggravation that really outweighs what they're getting from the show. So yeah, that was kind of, rough to, for Sophia to talk about the woman like that. But I don't think it's a problem with her kind of starting over. I think that's admirable and, it is what it is. And I'm sure that she does need a check. As Sophia said, Sophia don't need a check. It is what it is because, she's more successful in her finances. And that's pretty much what she was trying to say. But, they beef and arguing, so it's going to come out nasty. That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. So then, after that, Cliff X, she, it was her turn to give what she wanted to talk about her life and everything. And she starts to want to fight, with Sophia instead of just, highlighting her life. But like I said, episode 1 of season 4, she was on this show starting the first episode. Her and Latrice was shopping somewhere, and it was all negative negative conversation about Sophia and JJ, mainly Sophia. And I said, okay, so she's on this show to bring aggravation to the situation. And it's not cute. Then they end up fighting towards the end of season 4. And I'm like, why have we had no fights until this chick came on the show? And again, she has always, sprouted off how she's been treated over the years. Well, it's a lot that you have done over the years. A lot has been done to you. I wasn't there, but from how I see it from the story she's telling and the story that have been told about her is that she was absent from her children for a significant amount of time, not always there in their life. Why? What was going on? Why was JJ the custodial parent when normally the mother is the custodial parent? What was going on? And we never got to the bottom of that. And that's something that I believe that they're hiding. Either she or production is hiding from us. And it's not admirable to hide certain vital information about I wouldn't say a character from a cast mate of the show, so that they don't look a certain way and that they want to paint a certain narrative. But we got all of these, horrible and distasteful and controversial things about her nemesis. I don't agree with that. I don't like how production painted that picture of Sophia's life versus Cliff's ex life. I believe that Cliff's ex has a lot to atone for that was not shown on this show. And we're going to get into that a little more. Yes, we is. Woo, child. Then she went on to say she's the reason why Sophia is a BELLE. Pretty much, she was chosen for the show, but due to her son's unalivement, she was unable to emotionally be ready for the show. And so she recommended JJ for the show to Latrice. But we all know JJ can't be a BELLE. So essentially, why not say put Sophia as a BELLE? See, it's all about how you deliver the message. So even then, with explaining how she so-called got her on the show, she said she recommended JJ for the show. But JJ's not a BELLE. He's not a female. So again, you're not being truthful, as most non-custodial parents are not truthful. Hello. And it is what it is. Now, it kind of makes sense that if he's, I don't know. It's just something about this woman that just screams, was you out there hoeing? I mean, what was really going on? Because, I mean, I'm just saying, what was you doing out there in them streets and not taking care of your kids? That's all I got to say. What was really going on? So anyway, so now we got Sophia talking the family dysfunction. Pretty much they played a deleted scene that they should have showed again. Yeah, y'all. I don't know why y'all saved it for the reunion. You could have replayed it for the reunion, like you replayed other things, like that doggone fight situation that we're gonna talk about in episode 2. It was nice to see that Sophia's son and daughter both reconciled with her, more so the son, because we didn't see him all season long, only that particular so-called deleted scene. And he was really emotional about his sister's, attempt to unalive herself standing on a bridge. And he was crying over that, and also letting Sophia know that he forgives her for, the, I guess, neglect, if that's what it was. That was the real issue, and that they're on the right track. At the same time, production is not focusing in on Sophia, but they're focusing in on Cliff's ex, shaking her head like, just making it known that, she is just, not in agreement. We can all kind of gather what she's probably thinking. At the same time, both of y'all neglected y'all kids. Hello. Because how could Sophia come in the way she did and be there for your cheering while you was out there doing what? Starting and bopping with Cliff and then whoever knows else? I'm just saying. Now, her son was older, so pretty much JJ married her while she had a son, and then they had 3 kids, one of the 3 being twins. There's a lot to Cliff's ex that we don't know, and I believe it's on purpose. Sometimes girls are, doing things at a certain age, too old, but too big for their britches to be doing, and I really want to hear how she came up. What was her life like, and I wish that we could have gotten to that. They should have done more of a background story versus just her issues with JJ and Sophia and how their daughters are, just doing what they can to protect their mom. Again, are they protecting their mom's reputation? Are they, they meaning production, protecting, the not so good days of Cliff's ex coming up, as a young mother? What was the issue? Because did she have her son living in the home while JJ was taking care of the girls? Where, or was he with his father? How much older is he? Or was he, may he rest in peace, was he of his younger sisters? I mean, what's more of the family dynamic? She did say that she was raised by her grandmother. So, she got mommy issues, possibly, and, there are some textbook things that happen with people when they have daddy issues and when they have mommy issues. See, there's a whole lot missing so that we can understand more about this woman other than her feeling like JJ and Sophia treated her bad over the years. Why would they treat her bad over the years if she was in her kids' lives the way she said she was? See, that's why I've been saying all this time since she's been on this show. I believe that in her absence, there was some resentment by JJ, not just being the spouse, but being the other parent, because there's twofold there, right? With him having to take care of these girls and work. And he's a traditional Southern gentleman guy that, puts work above a whole lot. And, I don't know how much money his family had, but he's, successful now. I wouldn't say he's rich or wealthy, but he's well-to-do now. At what point was he? Did his work suffer? Did his finances suffer because of him being the so-called with him being the custodial parent? And why was he the custodial parent? It's a lot that goes on with this family dynamic that we haven't delved into. But since they are no longer on the show, will we ever know? Girl, baby, what's really going on? Now, what else is going on? So Cliff's ex said she should have been given grace because of the kids feeling neglected. Oh no. Carlos asked Sophia, given that she and her kids have their, issues, should Cliff's ex be given grace also? So that leads me to believe that both Sophia neglecting her kids to a certain extent was not equal, but, similar to the neglect part, excuse me, of Cliff's ex with the girl. So again, my realizations, I believe, are true. It's just that it's how he's wording it. It's not really putting Cliff's ex in a certain light with specific verbiage. But you can read between the lines and understand that Carlos is asking, can you give Cliff's ex grace considering both of y'all were neglectful mothers of your children? Oh, you see how they do things? You see how they're favoring one over the other? Yeah, we know which one are they favoring. What else happened? So then Carlos had the audacity to make a narrative of JJ keeping Sophia and the ex away from each other so that they wouldn't compare notes of sorts. And then Tambra chimed in, girl, bye. Ain't nobody, and I'm serious, ain't nobody believing that JJ is trying to keep them two separate, because if they compare notes, then he'll have to admit to something. Ain't nothing to admit. It's already been established. His ex left the house, left the kids with him. Hello. He, found Sophia however that they met. Sophia did everything she could to bag that man, help take care of his kids because the mama wasn't there. Hello, like they said, for however long that was, or for whatever that was. There was a point in time that their mother, the new addition to the cast, was not present to take care of these girls in the manner that they needed at the time. So it is what it is. And I'm really, I don't like that, how Carlos, made that narrative as if JJ is trying to hide something. Well, the one thing I can think of JJ may be hiding is the fact that he still feels a certain way about being left to take care of these kids. Because some people do over the years feel away. They don't feel anything for that ex that they were with. They just resent having to do certain things that were somewhat unnatural to how they started in the relationship. Just saying. Anyway, so then we got Tambra. Tambra had a difficult postpartum. She didn't get any support from the Bells, so she didn't feel like she can trust them. That's why she didn't feel like her daughter needs to meet any of them. The girls were almost one by now, and she had met nobody, not even really a picture. But the thing is, Tambra doesn't understand a little bit. When you have a kid, you will be ignored. I was. I didn't feel a way about it, although, they did, praise and congratulate and give her kudos, but she needed more. But at the same time, she didn't tell them that all of what she went through. I'm sure if they knew, they would have poured into her more. But, it's a two-way street. And no one's going to guess or pry knowing how private Tambra is. So, but big ups to her that she was able to, get over that and move on. So hopefully maybe, moving forward for season 6, the little baby will make more of an appearance and be around the ladies. And maybe by now they would have poured more into Tambra and let her know, we're somewhat of a dysfunctional family. At the same time, we ain't gonna never, not have your back or not support you or give you what you need because you're ailing or sick in some type of way. Now, I would have imagined her talking to Aikisha, but then again, she had problems with Aikisha believing the girls over her, even though Aikisha is somewhat the reason why, she's on the show. I mean, Tambra is the reason why Aikisha's on the show. She kind of brought her along and recommended her and everything. But anyway, and then they bring in Dr. Lyle's child, Antoinette. She came in trying to read Latrice. Latrice was in on her too, going back and forth, and really didn't get anywhere. But the last question asked of her was, would she be able to, film again? But Antoinette was like, well, the fact that I did sell my practice for profit, not like how Letitia is trying to portray it to be. And so, she pretty much said the reason why she had to leave the first time is because it was getting away of her practice. She had to reduce significantly the amount of patients for her to see in order to film the show. And that was not how her business model was. So, of course, you have a business model with your private business to, acclimate you into a certain tax bracket, and taking away from that to film the show for the amount of money was not, it didn't match. So she had to take away and break away from the show in order for her to, keep the momentum of her practice. So in the last year, I believe she has sold her practice, and I think she's doing work in Tampa or Florida or something like that. Anyway, big ups to Antoinette, and looks like she'll be back on the show if the money's right with her business and everything, because we all know that there's 2 BELLE chairs open, Aikisha and Sophia. So yeah, that was part one. We're gonna get to part two in a minute. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. And please don't forget to come back and don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share. And we're gonna be back for part two real quick. All right now. See you later. Away.